a fight for our paradise, fight for our lives. So keep holding on until we break the spell. Free yourself, reach for the light in darkness and despair. If there comes a time when you are falling down, I'll be your savior. I'll be your savior.
Hello everybody, Nitpicker1 here, complaining about issues great and small for your entertainment, and today we're going to be talking about Astral Chain for the Nintendo Switch. February 13th, 2019 Direct brought along Mario Maker 2, wow! Also brought along the announcement of, oh god, they finally put slopes in the game? Wrapped up with Link's Awakening. Semi-wrapped up with the announcement of Astral Chain, set to release on August 30th, 2019, developed by Platinum Games. Platinum Games is home to many franchises and some family-friendly titles, I assure you. Although they haven't really gotten a heavy hitter yet, which is fucking criminal. These guys know how to make good games. I haven't played Bayonetta yet, but goddamn do I want to. I just seriously cannot believe that this company's games haven't sold well. I hope Astral Chain sells better, honestly. This game and company deserves it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Is the game actually worth it? Let's find out. Let's nitpick Astral Chain. No spoilers just yet, but let's start things off with a plot summary. The game opens with Earth under attack. Fuck! And it's your job to save the world, you dumbass. You as a police officer and your twin brother or sister, I'm not assuming gender, fight against these extra-dimensional beings called Chimera. And yes, I said dimensional. Not aliens, just dimensional aliens. Those are kind of the same. The problem is they are invisible to human beings. Luckily, the police department have been working on a device known as a legatus, used to control and harness the power of a legion, a counter-chimeric weapon. This makes it so that you can actually see the enemies and fight them off to try and save humankind. And believe me, you're gonna hear humankind a lot in this game.
Surely you understand the position humankind is in. All of humankind.
But fighting isn't just all you do. No, there's actually a decent variety of gameplay here. In fact, you actually start the game by riding in a motorcycle on the way to a battle with Chimera, where the motorcycle kinda controls like a shooter, and during the game you do some detective work by asking the neighborhood and actually having eavesdrop in a conversation with your legion, which is invisible to them. You do this to gather clues, and at the end you take a pop quiz and put everything together about what you know. And sometimes you gotta play with 5 brats in order to get some answers. Look, I'm a police officer trying to save the human race. Can you please just hand me the information or I'm gonna have to arrest you? Okay. Your character, which is completely customizable, is joined by your twin Akira or Akira. Which gender and name is decided on which gender you yourself chose. I went with the girl, so I had my brother Akira joining me along with some other cast of characters, like pink-haired lady, blue-haired lady, and yo, commander for the police force. Before we get back to the story, I just want to mention that the mouth animations are kinda utter shit. They kinda just move and words come out, and it looks so painfully awkward. Another thing I hate is that some cutscenes have this dialogue text box and others have regular subtitles. Why? It's so weird and stupid. Why don't they all just have subtitles? Well, that's as far as I can go without spoiler territory, so excuse me while I take a drink. Oh, that's cold. So I was kind of lying about the start of the game. Actually, at the very start of the game, we see, yo, I'm doing science along with blue-haired lady, along with a project to control legions in a whole new way. A way to control chimeras like they are part of the body itself. As mentioned, the neurons managed to create their own type of chimera in order to use a counter-chimeric weapon. Shortly after getting it, your character seems to be having a negative reaction to it, being diagnosed with, I guess, a headache. I don't know what else would be going on here. And just when you thought this game couldn't possibly get more anime, I'm not an anime guy, but I can admit that anime is pretty badass a lot of times and just can get flat out ridiculous. Again, in the best ways imaginable. And apparently this game is taking inspiration from English class because before every file there's a definition for the word in the name of the chapter. Awake, roused if from sleep for inactivity. Yeah, is this going to be on the test? After a short training session without any time to breathe, we head on to our first assignment, and here comes the detective work I was talking about earlier. You even use your Legion to analyze for trails. It's a really neat feature and make your Legion feel like more than just a weapon for combat. I like it, and it really shakes up the gameplay and adds a lot of variety. Although your detective work comes to a halt when you suddenly get pulled into the Astral Plane, the other dimensions where the chimeras come from, and what Earth is shaping up to be. But while in the Astral Plane, the Legions start to revolt. Luckily, through honestly kind of a long cutscene, I'll be honest, you get the Sword Legion back. But that's the only one left, so dear old dad dies trying to hold them off. Now, who could have seen that coming? So now you're the only one with the Legion. So now it's up to you and your Legion to stop the chimeras. So you head down to the training room to get some training done and then run to the adorable Mari. But her character Lappy, on the other hand, oh my gosh, she's the annoying person. The person who is kind of annoying but kind of adorable at the same time and just ugh. Not to mention she isn't helping because she keeps jump scaring me, and those eyes, don't come near me! So while out on another mission, Akira's Arrow Legion swoops them away, but we manage to catch it and also save Akira. That's 2 legions we can now switch to on the fly, opening up more gameplay variety, which is always fine by me. In the next mission, we run into Jenna Anderson, which is kind of part chimera, part human, I think, and attempts to kill us, but then Akira gets in the way and gets stabbed himself, and is rushed to the hospital fast to help heal his wounds. Under the supervision, yo, I got some skeletons in my closet. Yeah, let's just get this out of the way. Yosef's the true villain. Yeah, I was kind of theorizing about it, and this just made it all too clear to me. He looked way too suspicious in this endeavor. So it kind of just told me that he was the bad guy, and I don't really think the writers thought he was that convincing either. So yeah. Later on in the Astral Plane, we find a droid that we fix up and help out and make our way back to Jenna, who tells us that the Earth is not being corrupted, but being pulled and shaped into the Astral Plane. And also the fact that something is up with, yo, I'm a good guy, calm down, and gives us a data card for us to look at. We then learn that the droid's name is Hal, and he's actually a coder, but never shows up in person, only on a droid. He scans the data card so he can learn what's on it and see if Jenna is right about something going on. Hal wants to go to Zone 09 to figure out some answers, which is illegal to go in for police officers. But we go anyway because, hey, what are friends for?
Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
And then we find out that a group of rebels called the Hermits from Zone 09 have a hold on an old drug that causes people to be able to see and able to attack the chimeras. They get a better drug, however, more experimental, and chug it down, but then they start turning into chimeras themselves. We take them down and head back to find the police fighting a huge chimera. Even though we get caught, we rush in to help. We almost get killed, but then Akira comes in and saves us in the nick of time with an edgy looking legion straight out of an Edgy's middle school book, which doesn't have Neuron on it anywhere, which should start getting people to ask questions, but whatever. We get arrested for our treason on entering Zone 09. Not long after though, Jenna is back, so yo have no other choice, lets us back out to deal with the homunculus before Central City gets destroyed. Alone! Look, I know I've been impressive, but you expect me to deal with this all by myself? But of course I do stop it because protagonist power and gets out of prison. While on cleanup duty, Olive detects a signal on Max's Legatus, aka,
you are my dad. You're my dad! Wookie, wookie, wookie!
But of course it's not him, it's actually his Legatus strapped to an Axe Legion. But hey, we get the Legion, so win-win in my book. Jenna threatens the Ark and pursues Central City as her next target. So of course we are tasked with going and stopping her.
Our post is up ahead. Once we take point there, we won't be able to head back to HQ for a while.
Oh, you think you could have told me that before we left? And Jenna sends another homunculus to stop us. We stop it, but then Jenna is getting ready to hatch another one! Jesus, lady, you're pumping up these things like a stripper on Friday night! After committing abortion, Akira gets the commander out, but Jenna is there waiting for them both. After a little splat, claiming that they have the power to save humankind, Jenna drinks the drug and gets all powered up. Akira and yo, I'm important, rush out while we stay and fight drugged up Jenna. But wait just a second, Jenna, I need to look at my computer screen for a second. We stop her, of course, but then she takes more drugs and becomes a flyer, but apparently has the power to talk without moving her mouth. I guess she and Tails have the same superpower. After falling unconscious and waking up again, we head back to the highway to stop her from killing the commander, but Jenna starts to go crazy and turns into an absolute beast. After killing it, we're dead, but then get reborn as a Legion form and we have to stop them from hurting Akira. But man, what a missed opportunity! I think it would have been really cool if we switched to Akira and tried to stop the Legion that way. That would have been cool, but now we just have to do some quick time events to stop ourselves from hurting Akira. But as we are still in Legion form, we get shot by— Yo, what the hell? Why would you do that, man? What did we do to you? Why would we do that, man? What did you do to you? I think I'll save that, actually. Okay. So after being unconscious for like the 30th time, seriously, how many times have we been unconscious in this, Jesus? We wake up in a hideout owned by Hal and Olive there too, who then explains that Neuron has gone off the rails ever since the Legion incident, with pink-haired lady getting fired and blue-haired lady as wanted for knowing too much. Yeah, cause probably you made her a scientist for your operation, you dumbass. And us and pink-haired lady are now wanted fugitive. After stretching our legs, pink-haired lady heard that blue-haired lady is being locked inside of a guarded sewer. So what do you think we did? Of course we saved her, silly! Hal doesn't want a reunion, but little did he know that the main reunion has just begun, because then Akira shows up out of nowhere saying he thinks Neuron can go back to the way it was. But before they have time to reject the offer, the Ravens show up and yo, I'm an asshole shows that he doesn't need Akira, because they have been making clones of him this entire time. Yo, you're a dick is an absolute dick. So Akira kills Akira. Akira turns into a Legion like we did before. And just before you could ask, can this get any more anime?
Is there any way to save me? Is there any way to break free from this mess? Strapped to the sadness and the sorrow, on the verge of giving in, with an urge of self-distraction to end it all. This could be the end of time. This could be the end of me. Not gonna pretend and let it fall into end.
Yes. After falling unconscious again, we wake up and get ready for our final target, the laboratory. All that's left is to get our answer straight from yo, I cloned your brother from my army, lol. Now before we head on, let's talk about the Legion fusion real quick, since that's a spoiler. I really like playing with this, I just wish it had more combos. It's just kind of really powerful attacks chained together, which means just spamming ZR on an enemy and then moving to the next one and doing that before the bar depletes. And what's more, I don't think there's a way to really replenish the bar while still in the form so you can stay in it longer, and the bar depletes fast. I just kinda wish it was executed a little bit better, rewarding players comboing it well so you can keep it out. But anyway, back to the story. So Akira sees all the clones and sulks and wonder if he's one as well. Holy shit, what is that bulge though? Jesus Christ, how big is your laboratory? Look at that hallway! I think I saved my future down there, Jesus. So Akira snaps mentally and fights us, but we snap him out of it, and yo, I'm evil now comes in and shows us what he has been working on the whole time. Noah. Wait a minute. So we live in a virtual planet called Ark, and he's making a creature known as Noah to save it. Mega Man X9 confirmed! So after Akira sacrificed himself again, we have to stop Noah on our own. Well, I mean, maybe I can stop him if I can get these jumps right, but after I get the reward of being sucked into beta world— okay, come on, this is just a textureless map with polygons floating around. So Akira stops the mesh and it's all over. Finally, we can get to the game now. So of course it's not over, and Noah reaches his true form, and we have one more boss to go. I suck at video games. Until I was great again, and then my reward is killing Akira. And that finally ends Astral Chain, with a memory lost Akira, which is most likely a clone, and we live happily ever after. Well, that's it. I will say that I do feel like I made the right choice in choosing a girl. I don't really know why, but something about this story makes it really good as a female plot. I don't know what it is. It's perfectly fine as a male story, but just for some reason I feel like the plot just sits better with the female as the main character. And I'm pretty sure Platinum felt the same, because the female was in the trailers most as far as I can tell, which maybe that's why I picked the female, not sure to be completely honest. But now we can finally get into the gameplay. Man, I almost forgot this was a video game here.
Basically, I fall this game into its own gameplay style. You play as two characters both at the same time, while your Legion performing tasks automatically, or you controlling it. You bring out the Legion by pressing ZL to summon it. You can move it around by holding the ZL button and moving it around with the right analog stick thanks to the chain in between you and your Legion, which can also have its abilities as well. If you move your Legion around your target in a circle and get them, not in a kinky position I would hope, and then stun them so you can get some attacks on it while it's chained up. You can tuck and roll using the B button to dodge enemy attacks and attack with the ZR button, which is weird. Not bad, just weird. I would expect it for like a gun or something, but just a sword attack, it's just uncommon. Again, not bad in any way, just weird. What can get kind of annoying though is if you hit an enemy enough times, you can finish it off and play a scripted cutscene. Now this normally would be okay, but this happens so frequently and it's not even an option, you have to do it, which takes a lot of challenge out of the game. Don't worry, it doesn't happen all the time, just in my opinion way too frequent. Not to mention, it raises your health. You wanna hold my hand anymore, game? Honestly, I think this system could have not been here, or at the very least, just have it done to certain enemies, and at that, big ones with a good amount of health. It gets really annoying when you're just going to town on your enemies, and then your entire screen just slows down for you to finish it off. Knock it off, guys, I got this. You have 3 weapons at your disposal: the baton, the gladius sword, and the gun. And these 3 weapons are used for certain types of enemies. Scratch that, only one is. And I never recalled having to use the gun in Astral Chain. Sure, I used it, but I didn't need to use it. Let's talk about the order system for a minute, because I gotta complain about that. There are customizables in this game, for yourself and for your Legion. You can have different colors for each in your own outfits and equipment to choose from. Now that's fine and all, but how do you unlock it? Well, by doing missions, simple enough. But what they didn't tell you is that after you do the mission, you need to go into the Legatus menu, go to the mission and accept the gift. Now that would be fine, but the game never tells you about it. I had to search it up online, now that's just stupid. Why can't you just have the gift accepted already and in your inventory? Makes no sense to me. Now how about that soundtrack?
I mean, I don't know, I think it's pretty good. I don't know about amazing, but I mean...
Overall, I found this game to be pretty damn good. With its pretty great story that would make for a pretty good anime, its customization, fun bosses, fun combat system, and so much charm, you can tell that Platinum Games tried with this one.
Platinum Games wants to make a trilogy out of Astral Chain, and you know what? If they just build upon what they made in this game, I think the series deserves it. So I'll be around for Astral Chain soon. But next week, we'll be reviewing Daemon X Machina, maybe, I don't know, because like I played the game and I don't really know if there's anything that much to talk about, but we'll see, maybe. But if not, I'll find something else to review, but I might review Daemon, I don't know. But anyway, but yeah, so I say go pick this game up. I mean, it's selling somewhat well, so I hope this keeps going. So I say go buy the game. Like, honestly, the game's pretty good. Go buy the game if you can. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everybody, TheMaleVolentOne here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like it, and if you really liked it, then I think you should subscribe so you can catch my next stuff. It helped me out a lot. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
My life has only just begun.